Hi. Good evening. For this is good evening again. So I'm back again. So sorry for the long time that I've been not uploading a podcast. So I created a simple graph. As you can see, this is the agile process. So I discussed this one by one, which is the proper way how to work, how to run an agile project management. So as a project manager, in your end, in your end, project planning, you must prepare checklist, checklist of the project requirements. Essentially, project costing, project budgeting, project resource, tools that will be needed, and uh, the server or environment. So once this one ready, you need to go in design phase. Design phase, you need to do this have a specific, you need to decide what tool do we need to create your user interface and backend. So in this example, I choose Adobe XD. Adobe XD is a up to date or latest UI tool created by Adobe, which can you can create a form for the platform. Then there are two types of designer in this design phase: solution architecture and design and data architect. Solution architect, it will be handled also in project planning and design phase. Solution architect, it means um, he will design to architectural the front end, or he will guide the UI designer. Then the UI designer, it will create the forms that had been considered the official interface of the software or the platform. Then the data architect, it will be guide the backend developer to design the schema database and the database architecture of the system. Is that clear? Okay. Then after that, it will complete. It will completed. After completed, it will go to development phase. Development phase. These are the developers is just follow what will the requirements and then implement. It will be code, implement to code, and it will be instruct the system what will do, what are the requirements, and what are the operation to be command on the programming language. Developers are the instructions of the programming language, or the interpreter of the is the instruction, the operator of the interpreter of the system. I mean, they will construct the code, but the code itself, it has a purpose in the system as operator, right? Example, I if I go to this um, function, what will do? Then it will go to uh, the button, and it will prompt. So developers instruct by coding, then it will translate by interpreter, then interpreter it will send to the platform. Okay. Then after that development phase completed, it will continue. It will transfer to the testing phase. Testing phase, I choose test project in this sample because test projects is up in the latest testing platform, True Cloud. So all possible stress tests, box test, white test, black test, smoke test are implemented in this project, and then it has a dashboard that implements that monitor the status of the testing status, the status of need to be tested, and the completed testing and the pending. So once the test completed, it will review by the testing manager. Then testing manager review all the bugs, and it will consider issue logs, and it will be pointed to Jira. Jira is a tracking software, so it will be create a story. So each week, this from design until to review to implementation have a story in Jira. But in this case, you have a testing phase. It will issue to Jira. So Jira, if in agile approach, it will implemented as storytelling, and also under by coverage of sprint. Sprint 1, week 1, sprint 2, week 2, sprint 3, week 3. Okay. After that, deployment phase, it will deploy the code through DevOps, Git Jenkins or GitHub Jenkins. It will deploy through an API. Then it deployed by Jenkins, and it will build. It has an API key. Then the API key, it will be triggered as deployment package for Jenkins, and it can be to other third-party platforms like GitHub or Bitbucket or other integrated RDBMS to testing the code. Is that correct? Then GitHub, similar to Subversion, but the difference, it can be have much more user friendly, and it can be have they have community. Like Subversion, in Unix, they have diff, SVN commit, SVN branch. It's same with subversioning if you permit subversioning. But in GitHub, you can release a software by one major release, then if you have modification, sub branch by branching. Then in GitHub also, you can share other community in terms of troubleshooting and other uh, uh, um, story that related to the GitHub development release. And also have, it can link to SSH by setup SSH. That's all. Then after that, review. Once the client review the software based on the business requirement that they given on the project manager and implemented on design phase, development phase, testing and deployment until deployment. Once the requirements pass, it will do transfer to launching of the software, which is into the cloud system. Currently, all the system right now is on cloud, hybrid cloud. So, like Microsoft, once they have a new release, it will upload in their cloud environment, so that all the Microsoft user subscriber download only and install the new version of Microsoft without buying the installer on the market. So once the client see a bugs, it will treat it a backlog on specific sprint, and then it will review, and it will reopen again to to fix the issue in development phase. After that, it will testing and review by the client. That's all. That's the agile process. Agile process, it's a fast-paced development process for project. It's much more accurate than SDLC, and it's used by most of the company in corporate world. That's all. Any man's turn. Though for those who had not technical side, agile process, it's a process of uh, how to create out how the a mosquito from egg to pupa to larva, from egg to adult, right? From egg to adult. How the butterfly grow with step by step of evolving. It's like if you develop yourself step by step, like you go to gym, you are you are fat. You don't have knowledge to how to pump yourself with a dumbbell or barrel of kilograms of weights, and you have a instructor. You follow the instructor and the framework of the gym, and after 3 weeks, you develop yourself as a great body, just like that. So if you have questions, JP, if you have questions, just email me in jpim205@hotmail.com. Thank you and good night.